The signs of the times. There are a lot of signs right now that the solar flash is very soon, very soon. You have to be the observer. You need to have a conscious experience of life. And when you're having a more conscious and aware experience, you, I, all of us, we could all sit back. You know the signs of the times. And you could say that you know that the solar flash is happening very soon. In today's very important, powerful video, why don't you hit the like button if you're just joining us? I appreciate that very much. We are going to discuss 3 different signs. I'm going to discuss Dr. Delbert Blair. Some of you might know him. And we're going to discuss why, as Stan Lee has taught us, you absolutely at this time cannot listen to idiots. It's so important because your superhero power, your God-given gifts are coming online at this time. And you don't want, this is the most important time period in the history of humanity. You know, regret is worse than failure. You can't live your life in regret moving forward during such a powerful and pivotal time. Your God-given gifts are activating at this time. You are activating your birthing. You're going through Heinrich metamorphosis and you're birthing a higher version of yourself. We have gone on soul retrieval in the past few months. We discussed that a few months back. And now it's time for your full essence to actually walk this earth. The great solar flash is now, and we're witnessing the signs. They're giving us signals. We should have our house in order. We should be paying attention, putting in the time, the effort, because some people are wasting their time on, I say, like total nonsense. But, you know, I saw this sign. I woke up yesterday. We're going to have story time with Uncle Mike in this one, baby. Yeah, it's story time with Uncle Mike. So when you're witnessing these behaviors, you're going to know, right? So I'll give you, before we get into this, like before an earthquake, right? Before a tsunami comes to the area, the animals know. They pick up on a frequency and they go. So that's an everyday life example of when you're tuned into the frequencies. You could know something is about to happen before it actually happens. Like a lot of you know this. If you don't, you could look it up. Okay, the animals. Okay, the earthquake before it happens. And they actually show this with the hurricanes, that the birds they all flew away from the East Coast. The birds knew the hurricane was coming. You have to tap into your intuition. If you're new to the channel, I'm Michael. I discuss the ascension journey and I make it relevant for everyday life people. And ascension is happening at a rapid pace. The solar flash, a lot of you are awake and aware of the changing attributes of the sun. And there are signs. We're going to go through 3 signs that we can tell that it's happening. And as you go through this lesson, make sure you listen to each section of the lesson. You know, sometimes I like to keep it real. I keep it at 100 at this on this channel. Sometimes I get the trolls. I'm trying to teach, and I'm like, you didn't listen to the whole thing. So if this message is important to you, okay, please listen to the entire message all the way through. You know, and I've shared this a lot. You know, some people say, give me ascension in a 30-second short, and I can't help you, bro. I can't help you. So this is a very important message today. Teachers teach, okay? So the first sign that we know that the solar flash is about to pop off, there is a absolutely strong sense of empowerment and knowing that great times are ahead. Okay, so there is a great powerful energy that is hitting this earth. Okay, and that's why you will see creatures on the TV. I see them also in social media, and they're pumping this fear. They're creating this fear. Oh, it's the fear. It's this crazy WAR is going to happen, so on and so forth. They put you into fear. That numbs you, right? What they're trying to do is steal your ascension. They're trying to pull you on the other side of the rapture, if you will, right? You're going the wrong way. So what was an example years ago that we can relate to and apply it to the now moment? And the answer is 2012. 2012, a beautiful energy came onto the earth. We started to really shift at that time. A lot of you, we've been discussing this for years on this channel. If you're new, in 2012, a lot of you noticed a change in the sun where it looks more white with an indigo halo around it. And it's not the old sun type thing that you kind of envisioned. Maybe you drew it as a kid, yellow sun. Now it looks white did you draw white with an indigo halo around it when you were a kid? Back in 2012, beautiful energies were coming to the earth. But if you recall this, this is the end. You saw all these videos, the Armageddon, the apocalypse, it's the end. So they what they did was you were put into into massive fear so that you didn't pick up onto these frequencies, right? Now here we are in 2024. It's the year of abundance. Everyone hit 888 in the chat for abundance. Yeah, the abundance is coming in. But you will not be able to get this abundance. You will not be able to fully embody the codes that are coming from the solar flash if you are in this fear. So it's so important not to listen to people that pump fear, that want to create fear, that want to put you in shame, in guilt. These are the lower states of consciousness. So that's a way that you could be numb from these codes. Second sign, I saw it yesterday. It was unbelievable. You know, a lot of you appreciate this channel. I'm one man. I'm an everyday life guy, and I've created this world famous channel and community. I wake up in the morning. I get my YouTube studio out, and I like to, I'm getting up, do my notes, see what the comments look like, and the amount from all like past videos, all of these creatures, the filth, the disgraceful negative comments from trolls, gaslighters, what a bunch of trash was on my YouTube studio. All of a sudden, and all these sick and weird comments were there yesterday, and it came out of nowhere. And every time you level up, you're going to see these demons, you're going to see these individuals, they start lashing out. Radical advocate, thank you so much for that. Listen to the entire message. I appreciate you. Yeah, and Stan Lee is going to discuss that at the end. So you start to see this. There's something that's happening. Okay? When these solar activities, and remember, just like animals, because we are animals, Dr. Bruce Lipton talks about this. All animals are able to pick up on vibration and frequency. So Sagaru, some of you know him, he discussed how when the solar flashes come, if you are meditative, you become more meditative. You get more into your power. And those that are out of balance are going to be way more out of balance. So even in the gym yesterday, I have a friend, and he's kind of into this stuff, but he's not like well versed into this stuff. And he's saying all these people that they're being nasty, they're coming out of the woodwork is the term. Are you noticing the trolls, the people that are lashing out? They're coming out of the woodwork. That's actually a sign. Isn't that great? That's a beautiful sign, actually. Sometimes we say we don't want to deal with these things, but remember, it's not about good or bad. It just is, right? You got to really focus on that. It's not about good or bad. It just is. You got to look at the sign. So you're coming into your power right now, and you're also seeing people lash out uncontrollably at this time. It's so important to know this. Third sign that this is soon, everything's glitching. Everything is glitching. Every device I have, every app, everything is glitching. If you are witnessing glitches like never before, again, you got to be paying attention to everyday life. Some people sleep at the wheel. You could hit stars in the chat. I see yeses flowing in the chat. Are you witnessing your phones, your devices, your computers? Everything is glitching like out of control right now. Out of control glitches, right? Cassandra's got the target hit in the middle there, right? Are you witnessing the glitches like never before? Amy Sunshine Ray, I appreciate you. You are the best teacher, Angel Michael. Time for the Royals. Here come the Royals, baby. Yeah, here come the Royals. I appreciate that. So everything is glitching. We're noticing the signs. This is such an important time period. Keep paying. If you make it all the way to the end of this message, you're going to know everything. It's all going to make sense. Now, I watched a lecture. That's what I do with my free time. I watched a lecture. These are the real people that you need to be paying attention to, not the false idols on the TV. Jeffrey Taylor, I appreciate you very much. Thank you for that. So I was listening to a lecture from Dr. Delbert Blair, and I will share his lecture in our Facebook and Patreon communities if you want to check it out as well. Interesting lecture. Dr. Delbert Blair was talking about the time of the solar flash. And he discussed the differentiation of people at this time. So, this is really, your DNA activation. Some of you think it's just a spiritual term. Oh, it's just a spiritual term that's out there on YouTube. But it's such an important thing. And the differentiation at this time. So there are many people that are discussing, it's not a unicorn and rainbow time. It's a content of character time. The differentiation of people, this is a time period that the sons and daughters of God, they are so grateful for. And there are also people that might be scared about this time period. So he really went into detail and the reactions. But this is literally a time period where you are activating your superhero powers. The superhero powers are coming online. I see it in the chat, all your clairs you're fine-tuned right now. Is your intuition through the roof? Even myself, like some of the things I fascinate myself. I said years ago, I would never be able to. Yeah, I just the knowing that I have, the clarity. So, and again, what I have done, there's tons of videos on the channel page. You check them out if it calls you. I assisted this along. You got to get rid of the blockages. You got to get rid of the negativity. I spent time fasting. The solar flash is an inside job. I never stuttered. The solar flash, you write that in the comments if that resonates with you. The solar flash is an inside job. It's an inside job. I fasted. I put in work. It didn't just do it for me. I prepared. I did a video earlier on. It lasts the test of time on this channel. It's still there. The preparation to accept. There was a younger guy out there on YouTube. He was learning all this stuff. He was trying to get the message out to the people. And he discussed the preparation to accept. And he was right. The preparation to, are you ready to accept the solar flash energies? I don't know the answer. Only you know the answer. There's a lot of work that has to be put into this. We're building, this is real life superheroes. You want to be a superhero? These are real life superheroes that are rising at this time. John Varas. Thank you, John. I hope I said it right. I appreciate you, John. Thank you so much for that. There's a lot of work that needs to be put in. And again, certain things over the course of the journey, whatever is meant to be is meant to be. Whatever is meant to be is meant to be. And you will receive assistance throughout your journey. You are a gift to the community. You, the person that's listening this far into the message, you are going one way while 95% of the world is going somewhere else. You are a gift to the community. Your powers, we're gonna talk about the superhero powers. God's given out superhero powers. Your superhero powers are for the community. Know it. God is in control. With great power, we're going to start getting into these superheroes. Uncle Ben said, with great power comes great responsibility. So you have to know that your superhero powers are for the community, to improve the lives of the entire community. In science, we discussed this as well, how an organism, we need to, this is survival. We are living as a species together. You are stepping up now. It's time to step up, baby. It's time to step up. And you're stepping up for the community. You do not seek validation from others. You do not seek validation from others. You just be. I discussed this in a video recently. This is a term that many people that are doing the true ascension, and true ascension goes across the board in any walk of life. If you are truthfully doing the act of ascension, pay attention to the message. If you are truthfully doing the act of ascension, you know that you absolutely cannot walk on eggshells. You will get lost. You have to just be. The greatest power, the greatest superhero power, ready? Here it comes. The greatest superhero power is authenticity. Simply being yourself. There's billions and billions of people out there, and there's only one of you. There's billions and billions of people out there. There is only one of you. And you possess that superhero power. You have the opportunity to activate that dormant DNA, that dormant ability that you had inside of you at this time. This is the age of the solar flash. And so many people, have been discussing this. I'm talking about Dr. Delbert Blair at this time. I always discuss Dolores Cannon. She was very influential to me so that I could learn about these things. A lot of you know about the Great Solar Flash event. It's a beautiful process. It's about your consciousness. It's the event. It's an event like nothing we've ever experienced. That's why we're in what's called uncharted waters. We actually don't know what to expect. We could kind of sort of know. We could kind of know the general direction that we're headed. We can know the general direction that we're headed. Nobody knows. Nobody knows the day or time, I believe is the answer. Nobody knows the day or time. So we're going into the general direction. This is it's beyond a once in a lifetime thing. We got to come up with a once in a forever thing. This is a once in a lifetime event, but we need like a better description of it. Radical Advocate. Rascal Advocate. Thank you so much. Can I be the boogie woman? Specialize in deliverance of the Hertz donuts. I appreciate you. Thank you for that. Yeah, sometimes we just have to sit around and have donuts with the coffee, right? I don't know the last time I had a donut. I don't know. Anyway, but right now we are in the process of activating our superhero powers. Now, if you go back to the beginning of the lesson, when you are in the lower states of consciousness, what are they, Uncle Mike? Fear, guilt, and shame. When you are in fear, guilt, or shame, you cannot activate these superhero powers. You cannot take in the codes from the Great Solar Flash event. We can understand this from the wise words of Stan Lee. And Stan Lee said, don't listen to idiots. And he taught this a real life story. We would not have Spider-Man today. You love superheroes? Spider-Man. We would not have Spider-Man today if Stan Lee listened to critics and idiots that told him what to do. And he did it anyway. He was tasked on writing about superheroes, and he came up with a new idea. He already started coming up with superheroes, and he had this idea. He said, I'm going to make Spider-Man. Okay, he kind of came up with an idea. He went through the whole story about it, how he came up with his powers and crawling up the walls, came up with the name Spider-Man. You know how he says it, Spider-Man. Did I do a good Stan Lee? Spider-Man, right? And, but he wanted to make him like, just like a regular guy, teenager actually, with real life problems. And the people told him, no one wants a superhero like this with real life problems. This isn't a superhero. And he said, forget about it. And he couldn't forget about it. So he wound up putting Spider-Man in a different, it was called Amazing Fantasy. It was the last issue. So no one cared. He put it in there. And it was one of the biggest issues ever. And they're like, yeah, let's make Spider-Man. Then all of a sudden, the people he was working for, then they say, oh yeah, your idea was good. Your idea was good. So you have an idea right now. You have the ability. You have the ability to birth a superhero. Smash the like button, hit the like button, focus on the message. We're not just drawing a superhero in a comic book. We're actually activating a superhero that's going to walk the earth. Once again, you have an opportunity in front of you right now, not only to create the idea of a superhero, but allow a superhero to walk this earth. You don't have time to worry about trolls, narcissists, demons, gaslighters, anyone. As Stan Lee said, don't listen to idiots. It's true. Because there's going to be people at this time, the energies are rising up. You are coming into your empowerment right now. The light of Christ is flowing through your DNA receptors at this time. You can't have time. You can't waste a moment listening to idiots. The solar flashes now. Don't put into the fear. They did this in 2012. You have to stay focused. You have to stay focused like a laser beam in creating the superhero that you are inside. That's the sense of urgency that God has told us to have. If you remember on the channel page, I left that video. Check that out. A sense of urgency. You're getting this message. You say, yeah, I feel like there's a sense of urgency, right? Like this solar flash is about to pop off. This energy is about to pop off. My abundance is coming into my life like never before at this time. That's where we have to stay focused on. You have to stay focused on you, not on other people, not being distracted. It's so important not to be distracted. So important not to be distracted at this time. Hope we're still there. Everything's glitching. I see you. I had to get up another device. Everything is glitching. Is everything glitching? Isn't it true? Everything is great. Everything is glitching. I can see it now. Tremendous. You cannot waste any time. You cannot, and again, this is empowerment. This is not fearful. You can't, your Uncle Mike didn't waste no time this whole year. I allocated, I did a full video on this. I allocated every last thing, every last bit of my energy. I didn't waste that's how important it is. And lately, I mean, have you been feeling extra tired? Are you requiring extra rest? You have to listen to yourself. You have to know thyself. You say, hey, there's some kind of changes going on. There's changes going on inside. Yeah. That's how you know the solar flash is happening very soon. The animals know before a major event happens. They get out of there. They move around. Watch when how animals in your home react to maybe certain weather events. All animals are able to pick up on vibration and frequency. Dr. Bruce Lipton told us the answer. I know the importance of this time. This is not I gotta be popular time. This is the work. This video right now, this message, this is the work. This is what's important. Benefiting humanity. This is so like, and I see how other people share as well, and it's amazing what people are concerned with. But they're not concerned with the solar flash. They're not concerned with activating their God-given gifts. You have God-given gifts. Are you ready to activate them? But it's your free will. Number one, you could choose. We all choose. We choose. If you remember that episode, we all choose our pain. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. If Stan Lee never created Spider-Man, I'm sure he would have had a lot of regret. There might be something that you want to birth. This is birthing season. There might be something you want to birth. Don't live with regret. Don't fall for the fear. Don't fall for the shame. Never stop. Never bow down. Just keep going. The solar flash is now. And so it is. If you find this message interesting and you would like to learn more about our reality in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, why don't you click subscribe, give the video a like so it becomes visible to more people, and please share with one other person, because when we all share with one other person, we will rapidly grow our 5D community. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. And the greatest support of all, if this message resonates with you, please hit that like and take the time to share it. Share it on your social media. Share it out there, because a lot of people that are in tune to this frequency, they can feel it. You could feel it. Feel the vibrations. Yeah, feel the vibration. You could feel it. You know the solar flash is happening very soon. What will it look like? Wow. I always say, because listen, some people, they were never conscious or aware of it. That's okay. This is not stuff you have to really dive in and search for this. But for years now, I say, what is it going to look like? What is it going to look like? It's so amazing to me. It's so amazing to me, And you just, if you love science, if you love empowerment, if you love God, you'll love this channel if you're new. And I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. You're helping, assisting this channel grow every single day. So comment down below. Are you witnessing any of the things that I discussed in this video? And, are you ready to activate your superhero power? Remember, regret or failure Which one is worse? Think about that every day. Think about that every day. You have the ability to do something that nobody else can do. I love you all. Please check out some of the other videos on the channel page. We have Facebook, TikTok, and Patreon. The links are in the description. I love each and every one of you. Keep going, kid.